talk to you about pioneers. A pioneer is someone who traveled across the plains of the United States in order to settle a life in the West. And I'm not reading all these stuff on my card. There were many reasons someone became a pioneer. One reason was for rich farmland. And some people were farm workers who wanted to become farm owners, and they heard that the land to the west was cheap and sometimes free. And it was very very fertile for them to plant crops. Another reason was for gold. There was a gold rush in California in 1849, and many people wanted to get gold and become rich, so that's another reason someone became a pioneer. Another reason was for religious beliefs. Some people were being persecuted for their beliefs, so they became pioneers to practice their religion without being harmed. Most pioneers chose to travel on the Oregon Trail because, to make it west, because the Oregon Trail was the longest overland trail in North America in the 1800s. It was 2,000 miles long, and it started in Independence, Missouri, and ended in Oregon City, Oregon. It took 6 months for a pioneer to travel from Independence to Missouri, from Independence to Oregon City, and it would only take us 4 days to travel in a car today. Most pioneers walked the whole way because the wagons were filled with supplies and it was very bumpy. Pioneer life was hard. Every person had to work very hard, even the children. One of the chores they had was to gather wood. If there was no wood around, they would have to gather buffalo chips, and buffalo chips is dried up buffalo dung. It's gross. There were no stores or restaurants, so they went out in the prairie to gather wild fruit and berries. They had to make everything themselves. They made their own toys and games. One toy was the button toy. They made it, mostly the boys made this. They made their things out of wood. So they would find a piece of wood, drill 2 holes in it, put some rope around it, and what you do, I don't want to hit you guys, so I'm going to move here, is you... Okay. You hold it by your 2 pointers or any finger that feels comfortable. You wrap it around, and it's not easy. And then you pull it and watch it spin.
Was that their version of video games?
Yeah. And some girls made dolls out of corn husks and apples. These are some pioneer clothes. They wore long sleeves and bonnets to keep the sun off of them, and they wore aprons to keep their dress not dirty because they usually only had one dress, so they didn't want it to get dirty. Pioneers didn't have any stores to buy their things. They had to make everything themselves. One thing they made was butter. They would scrape the cream off of the top of the milk they had milked from the cows and put it in a jar or a butter churn. A butter churn is this big, huge, skinny barrel about that tall. It has a stick coming out from the top. You push the stick up and down, and they would whip the cream into butter. I have a jar. What we're going to do is we're going to try to make butter. You shake it, makes a funny noise, and it will turn into butter eventually. And everybody will get a turn, even the people and the teachers.
So how much should each person shake it? Do you think? Just a few shakes?
Shake it really hard.
Shake it like you mean it.
You can shake it.
There were many dangers the pioneers faced as they traveled west. Lightning storms and prairie fires were the most feared because the dry prairie grassland could spread quickly and it might go into a circle so they couldn't get out. And they might have to walk over and they'll get the wagon on fire. Another danger was wagons would break, and making it necessary for the pioneers whose wagons broke, they would have to leave needed supplies behind. Indians were another danger. They were nice at first. They helped guide the pioneers, like Sacagawea. But later on, they saw the pioneers killing their buffalo and taking their land. So they were scared, so they started attacking the pioneers. Because the buffalo were their life. It was their clothes and their meat, their food, and their basically their life. And so they started attacking the pioneers, like I said, and many Indians and pioneers were killed. That to be brave and have great determination to be a pioneer. The pioneers worked very hard and faced many dangers, but they were able to build a new life in the West.
You have to shake it
A lot,
really hard, right? Isabel made it yesterday.
I was named after a pioneer in my family, Isabel Armstrong, not related to Louis Armstrong, though. Or Neil. She was 8 years old, like some of the betas and me. She pushed one of these, a hand cart, with her family from Independence, Missouri, all the way to Utah when she was 8 years old. And also, when she got there, a man gave her a potato. And she was so hungry she ate it raw and said, "This is the best food I have ever tasted." And then she was very, very brave, and she was happy that she made it to her new home. This is Chimney Rock. It was one of the landmarks on the Oregon Trail. Independence Rock was around here. It was near Independence, Missouri. Any questions? Natalie? Did you make the dress? Yes.
Wow.
Arena.
I like your outfit, and do they have earrings?
No. Well, they did get their ear pierced, Although, with a needle. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. One second. Oh, yeah, one of the only things the girls do is milk the cows and do dishes. And the boys are the ones who do all the hard work, like hunt and get food and chop the wood and a lot of other things. Make fences.
Is that true, Isabel? The boys did all the hard work, do you think?
No. The mothers were the ones who were most important by washing dishes. and making
Hey, be careful. You're going to get yourself in trouble.
making food and cooking dinner and making the fires.
Taking care of the kids.
And making clothes. Okay, we're even.
How about every person loves it?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the children worked. Then. I kind of know some stuff about the organ crayon stuff and Pioneer because I've read the whole Laura series.